can hear the roar here inside Little Caesars Arena. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And the continued absence of Cade Cunningham, one of the stories for this team.
Kevin, he is a critical player to lose because he's the one that kind of sets everything up. He keeps everybody together, and just a monumental loss for this team.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Mobley is out there with Williams. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Boss in at the one spot. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that bad boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town. And those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the bad boys.
Well, we know, Greg, early on in the year, teams still trying to figure out their rotations.
And it takes time before you find the rhythm you're looking for. Coaches will mix and match units to see what works best, with the thought also of the postseason.
Here's Tyus. Over Hayes. Boss gets the bucket.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
Mobley with it. Duran picks him up. Here's Tyus. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for the
first free throw is good.
2 shots.
So he gets them both.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Hayes up top. It's blocked, and they recover it. Nice hit again. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the power rankings. You look at Indiana. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And you know, right now for the visiting team,
Harris kicks to Hayes. Pass to Thompson. And so just over a minute and a half played. In the corner, Ivy with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Duran. Can't cash in from close range.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Here's Giddey. Knocks it loose.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Tell you what, fellas, like seeing Harris be engaged from there. I mean, refusing to settle for the simple layup. Nice finish.
Shoots from the elbow. That's tipped. Hayes up top. Shoots from 12. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
What a move that time. Crossed up the whole building on that play.
Here's Tyus. Rebound, Detroit.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Ivy kicks to Hayes. No good on the triple.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Giddey finds Williams. Duran pulls it in.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Now Hayes. Pass to Ivy. Unloads. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Outside, Maxey. Well, a chance to check out some stats for him.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Detroit.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Give a big round of applause for your Pistons dancers. Good dance, team.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Outside, Maxey. Over Ivy. Thompson with the rebound. Pistons leading by 7. In the corner, Ivy with it. Duran, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And when you take a look at Jalen Duran, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Detroit. Killing Tate. First personal foul. Team second.
First one falls for him.
Shooting.
When you played, Greg, the offseason was more of a dead period for the league. Not anymore. They want to make it year-round. Every month, something's going on.
Kevin, I love Vegas Summer League. It's given us some extra hoops. It's created a ton of excitement for the future. And also the trades and signings. The NBA is a 12-month-a-year league.
At the elbow, it's Harris. Pass to Hayes. With some arc. And it's good on the way. Hayes has got his second bucket of the game to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Ross, no good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Tyus, covered by Hayes, and he makes that one. 8 points for Boss.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
The pass to Hayes. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Ivy, trying to get open as Thompson. Here's Duran. Out to Harris, fires the 3, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harris has got 8.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Giddy with it. Hasn't made one yet. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, Giddy loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his side.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
For the Pistons, Stewart checked in for Jalen Duren. Holland comes in for Asar Thompson. And Hardaway is subbed in for Ivy. Stewart kicks to Hayes. Passes to Hardaway. Launches it. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look here at the visitors. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Hayes. Connects on the 9-footer. Hayes has got 6.
Not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Driving in.
Always able to see the complete floor. Maxey, great vision.
Detroit leading by 11. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff. We discussed the prospect of facing off against Zach LaVine. Coach said Zach is an uber athlete. He can jump out of the gym, but he also has such a nice three-point shot, it makes LaVine a headache. He'll switch up who's guarding him as the game progresses. Of course, LaVine can beat you so many different ways. That'll be fun to watch tonight. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Now here is Harris. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Maxey.
Well above an 80% foul shooter for his career. Harris is not the guy you want to foul.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
And, you know, another thing that's been working for them tonight, scoring off turnovers, points off miscues. They've been converting any mistakes at the other end.
And the first one at the line is good. Tobias Harris-Clark has played over a dozen years in the NBA, and he is still a solid third option.
He really is. And he only played 1 year in college, and yet has been steady and consistent. He might not be the most efficient scorer, but he still does a lot of good things when he's on the floor, and he does them at both ends of the floor.
Now, here's Maxey. Still scoreless.
So tough trying to knock Maxey off balance, off stride. He's outstanding at playing through contact.
Hayes, no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Levine deciding where to go with it. Shoots over Holland. Goes up again. Here's Richards. Missed it, even after all those chances.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
And there it is for him. And the Pistons lead by 15.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
Maxey, no good. Maxey's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Pistons have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts. And that one falls for Holland. Simone Fontecchio. He's checked in for the Pistons. He doesn't get the second one. And Stewart gets it to go.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
At some point, guys, it comes down to pride. Start banging on your chest and get after it from your heart. I mean, you've got to at least offer some resistance. You can't just let guys do what they want in there.
Here's Holland. Prince with the defensive effort. 1:02 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Champagnie, covered by Hayes. A shot by Champagnie, no good. Pistons leading by 18. Here's Fontecchio. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Josh Giddey's checked in for Levine. The free throw off from Fontecchio. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Grimes. They grab their own miss. Richards. And that time, also a missed shot.
And I don't know if he needs a rest in this quarter or what, but he needs something to get off the snide.
Hardaway passes to Hayes.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the lead.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
Robert Williams is checked in for Nick Richards.
And I like Giddey getting physical, challenging the defense.
This is his first free throw of the game.
2 shots.
And both free throws good for Giddey.
And that's a spot of the floor Giddey wants to improve. It certainly puts in the work there to get better.
Outside Hardaway. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Detroit. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin for the Pistons here, guys.
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Ivy. Then it's Duran. Then it's Simone Fontecchio. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. That's the group for Detroit right now.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Now here's Thompson. Ivy on the wing. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession.
Detroit ball.
Six to shoot. Fontecchio passes to Duran. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. They get it again. Pass to Fontecchio. There's the three. Detroit, no good that time either. Prince in the corner. Pass to Grimes. Lets it go from deep. Here's Williams. That shot misses. Good D by Thompson. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Their biggest lead of the game is 21.
So the speed makes Thompson such a threat with the ball in his hands.
They have a very long way to go to get within sight of the lead.
And from what we've seen so far, guys, don't hold your breath.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, D.A., you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development. Now, here's Ivy. He dishes it to Thompson. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
Harris is checked in for Detroit. Quarter number 2 with about 2 minutes in.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And Ben Gregg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
The same day, Clark, that Tyrese Maxey was named to the All-Star game, he scored a career high and was great doing it.
How about that, Kevin? How ironic is that? It was his first All-Star selection, by the way, but this has been the story with Maxey. I mean, he just continues to make great progress in his game. He's a really dynamic young player with still room to grow.
Now here's Levine. Following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Williams trying to break free. Detroit with the rebound. Duren's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
For Detroit, Tim Hardaway Jr. One shot.
That free throw good from Hardaway. With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and rolls.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Thompson for 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Maxey against Duren. Maxey kicks to Levine. The pass to Giddey. Fader on the way, and Thompson sends it back.
He has the potential to be an elite NBA defender for a long time. Thompson can guard anybody.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
And Giddey gets it to go.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. A natural scorer, Ivy, is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
Giddey goes in. Here's Mobley. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. There's the lob to Duren. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Great awareness by Thompson, wanting to find his open teammates whenever he can.
Duren's got a nice night underway, shooting 6 of 9 from the floor. Levine's shot is on. Detroit leading by 22. Hardaway for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Hardaway has got 6.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Nick Richards, he's checked in for Williams.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Thompson against Giddey. Passes it to Harris. Now here's Hardaway. T right on him. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Hardaway Jr. knows his role on this team, which is to provide scoring and leadership.
Here's Duren. He's got 12. Thompson in the post. Giddey defending. Thompson misses. Here's Duren. It's rebounded by Giddey. To stop the run. It will not find the hoop. It's his third miss. He has made 2. Thompson in the corner. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
The craftiness on his finish helped Thompson grab the whistle on that play.
The Pistons making a change here. Stewart's checked in. Now here's Maxey. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Special K, you've seen Tyrese Halliburton a lot. He's as good as anyone in this league offensively. What does he do best?
I think his best basketball attribute is probably his passing, his vision, the way he can set other people up. But the intangible that makes him, he's a Pied Piper. He is a galvanizer. Guys love being around his energy and the way he plays. So not only does he play with great confidence, I think he infuses in his teammates a joy and a confidence that lifts them up too.
Now here's Stewart. Shoots. It's rebounded by Giddey.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
And Levine with the slam.
And you see why Levine's been a hard, tough out in the slam dunk contest. Has a natural ability to entertain the audience, and that bounce and athleticism certainly doesn't hurt either.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. To the left wing, here's Holland. And it's Isaiah Stewart with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Hayes is checked in for Jaden Ivey.
Coming onto the floor, your Pistons.
Now here's Giddey. Tight defense on him. For 3, Levine. And that comes off the assist by Giddey. Levine's got 5.
Levine has a really good knack for when the fire off the catch. Absolutely dangerous offensive play.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
Now Levine following Tobias Harris's 3-point attempt. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Well, they can tack on a few more points onto this run.
Yeah, it is starting to become a big one.
And Giddey gets it to go. Here's Hayes. He's got 7. On the wing, Hardaway. It's good from the top of the key. He's got 9.
Silky smooth with that jumper. Hardaway Jr.'s mechanics are what make him so deadly.
Here's Maxey. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds now in the game. On the wing, Hardaway. Guarded by Levine. Goes up on the wing. The rebound by Richard.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Shoots. Maxey, no good.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Mobley kicks to Giddey. Over Stewart. Giddey, no good. Pistons leading by 20. Here's Hayes. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist.
Well, excellent recognition from Hardaway Jr. to find his teammate there. This guy's an unselfish player. He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
Simone Fontecchio. He's checked in for the Pistons.
Show him some love.
Hayes has gone 4 for 9 from the field.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Tyus. Rebound, Detroit. Now here's Hardaway. He's got 9. Pass to Stewart. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Hayes. Shot clock at 6. And it's sent back by Prince.
Excellent toughness on the defensive end, and that's what Prince does. He's got size, and he's got the will to defend at a high level.
.133 left in the first half. There's Tyus, covered by Hayes. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Early on, he was just forcing his way to the line. But here in the second period, I think he's kind of taking what the defense gives him instead of initiating things.
2 shots.
That one is off. And the second free throw, good. 1:25 left in the first half. Takes a 3. Drills it from outside. Hayes has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Ron Hall.
Team 4. At the line for the away team.
And he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's Hayes. He's got 12. 59 seconds left here in the second. And Hayes throws it down.
Look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that?
You don't. I mean, as a defender, you got to just stash that one in the memory bank and make sure it doesn't burn you the next time.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The Pistons have been shooting right around 75% of the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Jaden Ivey, he's checked in for Hardaway. Hayes hits them both.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free, and they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Here's Grimes. The rebound by Ivey. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. The pass to Hayes. It's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
Detroit basketball.
20 seconds left to play in the first half. And that one is hammered home.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Got a hand on it. To the middle with 4 seconds on the clock. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Pistons on top as they wrap up the second quarter on a 15-3 run. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, how'd you see it?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Sub, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the visiting team.
They need to give more energy and effort on the boards. The rebounding delta has been one of the main issues. Probably is they're getting bullied. I'm not sure if they have the players to change that.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And with the second half. upon us. We'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. They've got Boss. Josh Giddey is out there with Mobley. Then it's Rob Williams. And it's Maxey in at the 2.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
It's good.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Now here's Hayes. Not a lot of room. Maxey against Ivy. Knocked away. And stolen by Maxey. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far.
And that's just opportunistic basketball. Mobley carving out space and then cashing in on the second chance opportunity.
Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
That's exactly why it's important to work hard on the offensive glass, fellas, for chances just like that.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Here's Tyus. Mobley trying to free himself up. Ross, no good. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Maxey on the wing. Ivy defending. Here's Giddey. Up and in from the low block. 10 points here for Josh Giddey.
And letting his offense come to him naturally. Good seeing Giddey take and make those kinds of shots.
It's deflected. Here's Tyus. He's got 13. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
To the inside, Thompson. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his third assist on the night. Thompson's gone 3 of 6 shooting from the field, 50% so far. Here's Tyus. Duran pulls it in.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Hayes down low, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.